Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming. Welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic Mod Monday. Today we have Yugoslavian cars, we have Soviet cars, Russian cars, and we have some Illusion planes. Right, 35-ish mods were released on the last 7 days, but I made 7 mods only available here due to mishap, but we're not gonna talk about it anyway. Let's get cracking. Nishizumi Mahoen I-25, or in the brackets M25, whatever that could mean. Right, so this is the wingspan, that will be the biplane fighter, a single-seat biplane fighter designed by Polycarp Design Bureau, was last generation of biplane fighters in the Soviet Union and was once used for military aid to the wartime national government of China and the Second Spanish Republic. There you go, a little bit of a history of it. Right, so what do we have? We have a little bit of a biplane, last generation as I said. In this game works as a transport plane. I think both of them do. This is just a different color scheme on them. I would assume that we're just gonna use it for export purposes, but they can carry 300 kilos of crops or 30 kilos of crops. No, it's 300. It's 0 tons out of 320 kilos of crops of 0.4 tons of aluminum, and you can see aluminium, and you can see the rest of the materials over here in the screen. Now let's compare this bad boy to something. Let's see, something. If I go here and find it, it's 4,000 rubles. Wow, that's a very on the cheap side. I'm not even sure if this is viable for exports. I think it's more for show, or well, probably it's not really expensive to produce. So yeah, take that as you wish. Let me see if I can find passenger/cargo. No, unfortunately, it's not that one. Cargo only. That will be it. So 4,000 compared to the cheapest vanilla one is 100,000 rubles, so, and can carry, what would that be, 10, 20, 100 times more? That would be 22 tons of steel, 0.4 tons of steel, so 10 times would be 4 tons, 50 times more. I would say 50 times more, and it's worth less than 50 times more, so I would say it's not a cheaty mod if you want to compare it like this. Anyway, for more details, link in the description of the video. W101011 AURUS Senat, and there's a description in the Cyrillic also. We're gonna go to the English description. The AURUS Senat, developed under the leadership of Russian Central Automotive and Engine Research Institute NAMI, debuted in 2018, the presidential limousine for inauguration ceremony symbolizing Russia's ambition to revive its luxury automotive industry. This vehicle combines ballistic armor with the Kremlin-inspired aesthetics. Sure, okay. And serves as official state car for the international events like G20 Summit. This mod includes 3 variants: Senat Long, Senat Limousine, armored class, and doesn't say. I was wondering if there's going to be mention of other countries using it, but unfortunately I did not. There's armor. BR6 ballistic protection, standard resist 762mm armor piercing rounds. Interesting. Maybe if this channel ever picks up and starts being something, maybe I can get myself one of these. I strongly doubt it. I'm not even a car fan. But anyway, so we have 3 different versions of this car. The 4 on the right. Oh, darn it. Oh, Oolykee is messing up all over the place. So we have the 4 on the right hand side, and then we have a longer version, 2 on the left hand side, and 2 long ones in the center. So these are limousines in the center. So as you can see, color schemes are extremely beautiful. These 2 in the middle are the limousine ones. I think you can see that they have extra big windows in the middle, and longer ones have a little bit more trunk space. Even the engine space I think is bigger. These are the longer ones, and then we have the normal ones over here. Interesting. I don't know how many they are made. I'm actually going to do a little bit of research on that, but here for now we're going to say that we can actually provide ourselves with a realistic car. What years can it be produced? As their debut in 2018. So I'm pretty sure that then you can, maybe for a late game luxury car production. I'm not sure if Soviet Union or Soviet Republic is meant to be like oriented in that direction, but you can definitely do it. Okay, let's go and compare it to the personal cars. If we go all the way here, personal cars, most of them are under 1,000 rubles. We do have Tatra over here with almost 2,000 rubles. VZ, that will be and then we have the unfortunately different mod, and there we go, 5,000 rubles in the beginning of the game and 7,000 for the armored one. Wow, this is really, what is this? They have capacity for 6 people. The small one for 3 and the long one for 3 as well. I think it's realistic. It looks like it's quite expensive compared to vanilla. Link in description of the video. Right, I so wanted to present this one, but unfortunately I'm not fully understandable. I don't, like, first of all, it's not showing in the game. Second of all, some of the data here, I really wanted us to have hazardous waste treatment plant, another one. This is made by PLDO001, PLDO, and this is a hazardous waste treatment plant. Unfortunately, some of the stuff over here makes no sense, like 250 workers, fine, 30 high skill workers, so there's nothing waste related that needs high skill educated workers. And then you have hazardous waste, and you have water consumption. But what? Okay, I have no idea. We're gonna cover this right now, and they have 10 tons of chemicals for parking slots, no blocking mod. So this looks like it's an icon for the hazardous waste. So if I just go Alt Tab or move this one aside, I was looking at the sewage treatment plants, because it says there that it is, sorry about this, I just need to scroll a little bit down to get the correct information. It says here that it has 75 square meters of water consumption. That will be probably cubic meters, because the waste one does not consume any water, not to my knowledge. As you can see here, unfortunately I'll escape this one. It does create pollution, but it does consume only chemicals, which is listed there, 10 tons of chemicals, and says 180 tons of hazardous waste. That would be 18 to 1. Here is 7.5 to 1 with chemicals, but how much it can process per day, I don't know. So I'm not sure what the hazardous waste treatment plant could mean. But then there was this 75 square meters, which should be cubic meters, of water consumption. I was thinking maybe it's wastewater treatment plant, but unfortunately neither that one, like it shouldn't be bigger one, because these ones can process way more water. This would be like 220 maximum amount of toxic liquids to be eliminated, 220 cubic meters of wastewater. So it's not bigger than either of these things, like, because 75, this is 80 cubic meters of wastewater, and this one is 220 cubic meters of wastewater. Again, 75, the one presented in the mod section. So I have no idea what it is. Hopefully by the time this video is released, you're gonna be able to use it, but it's in the link in the description of the video. I don't know if it's cheaty or not. Maverick and Zastava GTL 55. We're gonna read the English instructions, the description first. This introduction to popular Yugoslavian Zastava GTL 55, less known as Bentley Mulsanne, or whatever. If you are watched Top Gear, I didn't. This model is based on the Italian Fiat 128. No, it's absolutely 100% Yugoslavian. I'm kidding. It's Italian Fiat 128, which can be found in a workshop made by Vitek 3T, and it's a successor of Zastava 1100, which can also be found in a workshop made by Mauser NATO, and succeeded by the Yugo Scala 55, which can be found in a workshop made by me. There's a history of the workshop mods. The model came out in 1979 by Uncle had this. The early model came out with a different front fascia. The one I didn't include for keeping the mod's size small, but I did include the police version with 4 skins in total. Really? I thought there was 3 skins, but sure. Okay. Ooh, that says Hazardous. It's a Hungarian version. Okay, that's cool. Disclaimer: if you want to do reskin, you're likely gonna have to redo the UV map, because I can't texture well. I saw more details by modeling. A lot of details there if you want to go and read more about this. But for now, look, this one says Renderozag, I think. Renderozeg. Rendorseg. Sorry about that. That's Hungarian police. I remember. Obviously, I remember wrongly. But Rendorseg. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing this. And then we have the Eastern German Polizei and Militia Trenir Ostrogochu. And then we have the civilian versions over here. My uncle had the red one. He could have had any color as long as it was red one. So, right, so let's go and compare the price tag on these bad boys. If we go for the personal cars, you can see here and get workshop items. Zastava 900 rubles, 350, sorry, that will be this one. And why can't I see, police car. 900 rubles, so you have the vanilla ones with the police cars. Is on par with the others. It's a little bit cheaper than something like Zazlanos and the Tavria. That would be Zazlanos, and then Tatra. We all know that Tatra T613 is the most expensive one. So yeah, I think it's fairly priced. Not a cheating model. I'll link in the description of the video. And of course, Mr. Billman 007, and of course the magical residential building type 114-67. Those Soviets knew how to name them. Well, it's technical, and in the end most of the people won't care. But anyway, I present you apartment building of the before said model. Residential building of this series were built in the southern regions of Russia and Ukraine in the period from the mid-70s to the early 2000s. Developer Kiev Znip. Okay. Architects Tandetnik and Kirksunova. Okay, I will not go there. Specifications: 105 residents, housing 84%. Yay, more than 80%. That's impressive. If you want more and specialized models from Billman, you have a video about Billman's mods I made recently. You can find it here, and then you have the. If you want to have custom-made mods as well, you have a link in the description of video which leads you to his model, and there he has description how you can contact him if you want custom-made mods. Absolutely great, this quality. Anyway, look, I'm gonna go back to this building. We're gonna go and double check it. So details, look at the entrances here. Like you would think, you know, entrance just a square. Nope, these have angled entrances, and these little detail, devil is in the details. You have a side entrance here. I would say that that's like for waste or maybe sheds for the bicycles or something, and then you have main entrance as you can see here, and of course the grill, metal grill to clean the mud before entering the building. At least I think that is so. And on the other side you have just the big balconies, bigger balconies, smaller and bigger ones. Oh, this looks like it doesn't have no, it does. Oh, it's not a bigger. Oh, this is the this is way bigger balcony. That's cool. You see the details. You see that this is the devil is in the details. Look at the skin scheme. Look at the colors here. They're all different. I can't even see the repetitiveness. I know they can see it here and here, kind of repeating, but there's so many other details that kind of breaks down the repetitiveness of the skin when you actually put it. Absolute glorious work. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this amount of details on these buildings. Look at this. I spend a lot of time. My home, well, in the city where I lived, above my apartment, we spend a lot of time on the roofs of apartment just because of the nice view, and also, we like living dangerously. But this is exactly how it looked like. This is the tar roll that is kind of like burnt onto the ceiling for the to have the water, so the water doesn't seep into the ceiling. So and all is being directed through these like little canals. Look at the details on the canals here, and they all go toward the central part where is the lowest, and then you would have the I don't see it here, but you would have a sink, like a hole in the ceiling that goes down to the sewage exhaust, but also no, it wouldn't be sewage. This is the rain drain. This is totally different one. This would be sewage exhaust. These ones, to depressurize the sewage pipes and stuff like that. And anyway, like the totally different animal. And of course, we would have so many these antennas. Even my apartment, when I moved in there, that had like this kind of pillar and antenna. It was on a corner. And we disconnected the antenna. We didn't need it, but it had a pillar. Anyway, very, very cool details, bringing so many memories. But this is why I appreciate it. And of course, this is my favorite mod in this Mod Monday. For more, the realism of this mod. This is Big mod, that would be under big buildings. So if we go here and try to locate Billman's apartments, unfortunately it's not showing under these. Is it by any chance squeezed in over here? That would be this one. There we go. I thought it was over 100. This is 105. It is a medium-sized apartment. 23,000 rubles. We all know that that's fair price. Billman makes them very, very nice. Link in the description of the video. Terret 18 and small Red Army Memorial that commemorate the 80th anniversary of Victory Day in the Second World War. I've created a modest tribute, a small Red Army Memorial inspired by a real monument in the Bohemian town of Podebrady. Sorry if I'm butchering that. May we always remember the victims of fascist Germany and the horror of sacrifice for those who stood against it. Increase the government loyalty 1.5% within 100-meter radius. There you go. So those are the words of the mod maker, Ternet, that you can find in the link in the description of the video. And I think it's quite modest with the influence and the range. We can go and compare it to some other models that would be in similar strength. Well, actually, is there anything so weak? No, there's nothing in vanilla that has 1.5%. The range ones would be even a Lenin statue that is absolutely, and this is a smaller one, right? Even the Lenin statue that is a smaller one is less visible than this one. And what about the price tag? Let me just check this out. 900 rubles. This is 5,000, but way more influenced. I would just say it's realistic. It's a monument. Link in the description of the video. And I give you Saxon and his map, Tajikistan, and interpretation of the Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead terrains, which in turn is based on an area in central Afghanistan. This terrain offers a tropical Central Asian landscape. North of Tajikistan is dominated by a large fertile river valley. Also contains Zargabad, the capital. Further south, large deserts hide rich carbohydrates beneath their dusty surface before giving way to tall mountains and deep valleys. The lower third of the terrain is a large valley, only accessible via two high mountain passes. Tajikistan valleys are dotted with villages connected by a network of mostly gravel roads, with paved roads connecting the larger population centers of the country. There is even a railroad line through the northern river valley. Okay, so let's go and check it out. That was the intro. That would be what is described there. Of course, you have the, let's say, desert architecture as well, but I'm not sure if that should be called like that. It's like very rains less, or the square houses without angled roofs. Okay, let's go and check the map first. So we have a big map, as they mentioned. So railroad would be somewhere in the northern valley parts, right? So all the way north, would it be here? Yeah, we have double railroads going, but only here. That's not a lot of useful infrastructure, and it's just running through this valley from the, there we go, that would be the capital, Zargabad. It's very close to the border crossing. Now, if you don't have any resources around here, I don't think you're gonna be able to utilize this this city that well, but it's a very beautiful city. Is this a fortress here? Yeah, it's historical. We have a mosque here, right? Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so let's go and see the resources. Coal is... Ooh, I love this. Ooh, it was well thought of. There's very, very poor coal resource. There is coal resource here, but it's very poor quality. So just a heads up, you know, this is like 25% max, I would say. Then we have iron. Iron is quite plentiful, so you would be getting a lot of iron here in the north, in the mountains, but I think this would be challenging to extract from here. Looks like it's on this mountain ridge here. And then we go to oil. Oil is also located close to the before said capital. I don't know how much, what percentage you will get here, but it doesn't look like it's oil poor country. And then uranium. Okay, that's a different parachute. This is actually quite beautiful map. I really like this map. I mean, I do, because I liked it the most. But look at the colors, look at the details, look at the well thought of placement of resources. It's a little bit too much, I think, close to the northern part where the fertile grounds are. But maybe something can be done with that. I wonder how the big farms would operate in this, like a little bit harsher conditions and stuff. But anyway, look, this is quite a nice map, and actually much nicer than I expected initially. And you do have some initial railroad infrastructure, I think. I don't want to say that it would be better just to rebuild everything, but I don't see a lot of crosses between the rails, so they're almost fully segregated. You can't really you know, choose, like, it doesn't look that realistic like Toprus would made or some other motors would made, but you do have this infrastructure laid out already. It is wooden sleepers, so it would be slower, 60-70 kilometers per hour, and it is connected to 2 different border crossings, but I still think that there will be a lot of infrastructure needed in order to make this railroad functional, like parking areas for trains before the border crossing, exchange areas where you can actually change the lanes from left to right and stuff like that. So yeah, I think there's work to be done if you want to make this railroad usable. Anyway, look, extremely beautiful map. I am considering playing on it as well, so we'll see how that goes. In any case, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it, and if you want to support the channel, I have description of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye bye.